I mean, if we want to stay in old nigga rap, Clips is back together.
Hey!
No Malice, Pusha T have finally made their long-awaited return.
Yeah.
I mean, on a personal level, this was one of the first 5 rap albums I like intentionally listened to.
Lord
Getting
Willin'?
into the not Lord Willin', actually, it was a Hell Hath No Fury.
Fire.
This is like probably the best rap duo ever.
No, but
Who?
Outkast.
Yeah.
Oh, Outkast. You're right. Yeah. Second best though.
I'm not mad at second best duo.
I'm not mad at that because Outkast is, I'll be a little disrespectful. But Malice, as I think most people know, stepped away from the game, obviously, as Pusha T's solo career kind of took off, went to become a pastor, focus on different things in life. I think that it's common knowledge now, too, that when we talk about the drug dealer raps, doing all this stuff, Malice was the one that was really living a lot of it. Pusha was his younger brother who was still involved in it. But like, I think that Malice was really, really affected by the things that he saw and did early on in his career, early on in his life to kind of change things for his family. And that was the motivation behind him stepping away. Like, if a nigga goes to church right after their rap career, I believe everything that they said.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
I don't think
Me
Malice
too.
said any lies in his shit.
No, me too.
So once that nigga retired, I'm going back listening to shit with a little bit different ear. Like, oh shit, this nigga does kind of sound like an evil villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new track is great. Pharrell production, really dope, cause-inspired album cover art.
It's done by Cause.
Yeah. It just feels all like the right timing, the right combination, the right everything for this to be Grammy nominated, one of the best rap albums of the year. I feel super excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, we can start at the single Ace Trumpets, right?
Yeah.
Incredible track.
Yeah.
Incredible track, bro. To be honest, both verses insane, and that is like the best Pharrell beat I've heard in years.
You like the PP bar?
So
Nigga said his diamonds look like PP bar 1.
that's
That's kind of crazy.
Well, in the trailer, that's like one of the 2 bars you get, and I was like, "Yo, I don't need to hear Pusha T talking about PP."
You know?
like that's insane. But in the course of the song,
you could have never dealt drugs and you saying PP, bro. I don't believe anything you say after that.
I mean, I'm rocking with it now. A couple listens into the song,
Yeah.
I think it's a good line.
It's a great line.
Do you feel like Clips is going to be well received in 2025?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I'm saying well received, like you say Grammy nominated, so I believe you're speaking to like it'll be critically acclaimed, right? The project.
I don't think
but
the mainstream is going to be.
But do you think that's what I'm saying?
No.
Like, do you think the public is not only ready, but like really
think
want
they
to
care.
consume this type of rap?
I don't think they care. I don't think this is like,
you're asking like if they're gonna get a hit?
Do you think anybody below 30 really cares besides us?
this is really big for annoying rap fans.
Right. For like traditional, like we need real rap back fans.
I don't think you should label that as annoying rap fans. I think this is really big for anybody that really likes rap music. Clips' sound is not dated. Pharrell is one of the best producers ever, and this is like him coming back to form in like one of the best ways that we've seen him in a long time. Whatever like they bring out of Pharrell needs to be studied, bro, because like he has some of his best records ever with them. And he hasn't sounded this good in years.
That's a fact.
He's kind of fallen off a little bit when it comes to the music shit. There's been some bad beats in the last couple years, overdone 808s, but like this sounds really good.
One thing that's super fly too about this rollout is how Pharrell is like incorporating it into the runway shit.
Yeah.
Like he's been teasing like new music from them, like on the Louis V runway for like probably like a year now.
Yeah, I think anyone that likes luxury will like this.
Yeah,
And people
luxury
that
rap.
like luxury rap, people that are into the Louis V fashion shit, you know what I mean? The whole album's recorded in Louis V in Paris. They talk about it a lot. Pusha T had the best look at the Met Gala. Like I think those worlds go hand in hand.
But Miles is right though. I think the more traditional rap fan, if you're a fan of Clips and you're a fan of more traditional rap and hip hop, that's who they're really serving at this point. They're not necessarily. I would assume that they're not necessarily trying to gain new fans. Maybe
Exactly.
they are, maybe they are, but if so, that shouldn't be the main goal in my opinion.
Yeah, and I say the annoying rap fan because I think that there does need to. As niggas who grew up as lyrical rap fans,
yeah,
I think we grew up and can look back at 15 to 18-year-old us and be like, you were probably a little corny and pretentious.
sure.
You know what I mean? I think that is just the overwhelming majority of young niggas who are listening to this music. Like, I think that when you dive into lyrical rap, Pusha T, Clips, go do your history and all that shit, you do become a bit of like just a nerd for this shit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even think that it's it's necessarily being like nerdy about it. I think it just becomes a part of your personality. And it's like you got these kids who aren't selling no drugs, like don't actually relate to any of this stuff, but it just means so much to them. I do think that that's just really funny outside looking in.
Now, but is that different than like the underground?
What do you mean?
The kids that relate so heavily to that music?
No, because I think that shit is more on the fashion tip
than this?
And wanting to like fuck baddies and shit like that.
No. I kind of hear you, but I think just sonically it's completely different. Like I think they could both be on fashion tips. You know what I'm saying? Because we just talked about them aligning themselves with
Tight.
Louis V and all that stuff. But it's sonically it's much
attainable fashion though. Like I feel like what the niggas that like what the fashion that Pusha T and No Malice are talking about is unattainable. They're talking about wealth that niggas cannot relate to and a lifestyle that niggas are not living. Whereas like, I feel like the underground niggas are talking about something that feels moderately attainable to some of these kids.
I would argue that Louis V sneakers are cheaper than Rick Owens.
I'm not buying either, so I don't know.
I mean, I just don't like the narrative that if you're under 30 and you're listening to the clips, that makes you like corny or weird. Like
I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
I don't think we.
I think that's what Miles. I think that's what Miles was saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I got from a Miles.
I don't think that's the message we're trying to convey, though.
That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Because also I don't think that it should be like, oh, this doesn't matter because the 16-year-olds don't care about it. Like I hate that narrative too. Like there's a ton of people plus 30 that are like still love rap music and are checking for new releases from people that cater more to them.
It's going to be it's going to get a lot of critical acclaim
and a lot of play from those people. You're acting like those people don't play the records.
I just don't think that it's going to be impactful in the mainstream.
Okay, but I do have a question. I do have a question because I want to speak more to your point.
Yeah.
What do you think content-wise makes it important? What do they have to come out the gate talking about that's going to catch your ear?
And now that is where I don't have an answer because it's an interesting time because like, well, I'm interested in it because what is No Malice gonna rap about?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got a snippet of it on the second verse of this Ace Trumpet song, but it was pretty tame. He didn't really get too deep on anything. It was more like flex shit. You know what I mean? He talked about spirituality for like 2 bars, but that was really, most of it was just like talking shit. So I do want to hear his perspective on things because that's a super unique perspective. Somebody that like came from it really for real, like in the weeds, and then totally turned away from that life for 20 years, and now is making a new record with his brother. I don't know what he's gonna talk about, but I'm 100% ready to tune in and listen to that album.
I think there's gonna be a track like the last track on Lord Willing, where it's kind of like a storytelling track. And I think Malice will have a verse where he kind of goes into the full thing. Cause I think that like, this is a situation where I don't want to hear him talk about it a bunch throughout the album where it takes me out. Like I want like bits and pieces here or there of like where you're at it, but I want like just the full story, get it out there, tell your mindset where you've been. Let me get one track.
Yeah.
Let me get a cohesive track, crazy beat. Like let's story tell, let's sit, let's listen, let's learn a little bit about you.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of the album is probably just going to be cash shit. Talking about money, talking about drug dealing shit. I don't think Pusha T, throughout the last couple years of his career, even as he's matured and grown as an artist, gotten a bit of a bigger platform, I don't think he's ever really changed the topic up too much. I think that people in the Freddie Gibbs, Boldy James, West Side Gun, all of these type of like drug rappers just kind of lean on technical ability and unique flows and great production more so than just really switching up the subject matter a lot. So I don't think we're going to get anything new there, really.
Okay,
I don't like you lumping them like that.
That is literally, those are the most direct contemporaries for Pusha T and No Malice.
I mean, but like Freddie doesn't do that. Freddie doesn't just rap about coke. Did you hear the last project?
I think
You only die twice or whatever it was called.
I think
where he's talking to the devil throughout the entire project, like a great concept album. He has like a bunch of those.
The majority of what Freddie Gibbs talks about,
on
his every song is about getting money from the drug game, the situations that getting that money has put him in. Everything is surrounding this drug dealer lifestyle. To me, 99% of it. Because then even when he gets into his more personal tracks where he's talking about growth and learning from those experiences, it's learning from experiences that he got through the drug dealing shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, I think that it all lives in that same world.
Yeah. I think that world, there's a lot to say about that world. And there's so much to say about that lifestyle. Like,
is there really?
Yeah,
I
think
love
so.
this, and keep in mind, like, I love this genre of rap. I'm not downing any of this. I think those rappers that I just named, I would say are the best niggas rapping, making rap music right now.
Yeah.
There is nobody fucking with them again from a technical standpoint. If I'm turning on some rap shit, especially on a lyrical vibe, it's always going to be them. So I'm not downplaying this. I think that they know that the subject matter is relatively niche and limited. So they're like, I can't come with no bullshit bars. I have to find a way to keep making this interesting.
And I think they talk about the way that maybe the drug game impacts the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll talk about relationships, and of course there will be like this undertone of, well, I have to leave the house and go sell the dope, so that's gonna affect my relationship with my significant other. But like that's cool. When I watch movies, I'm not watching movies about someone like me.
Yeah, I watch mad superhero movies.
You know what I'm saying?
But I can still put them all under the superhero category, no? Even though each story is a little bit different.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's what I'm doing with the drug rappers.
Okay.
I want to change topics a little bit within this topic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it a little bit messy. Do you think that we get Birdman bars, Wayne bars, Drake bars? Because to be honest, the timing, like we all see the timing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
Kendrick just took down the biggest rapper alive. Obviously, all this started because of Clips. You know what I'm saying? The Clips and Birdman and Wayne shit.
Oh shit.
So do they have bars for them?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it's all.
So you don't think that they have any bars for any of them?
I think that Pusha's gonna have bars, a bar for Drake at least.
Okay.
I think he's gonna throw a jab.
Because you low-key do have to do that, especially if you want this album to get any visibility.
And it's a well-documented beef, all that.
Pusha's gonna talk shit. I mean, Pusha already had bars for Ye on the single.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see Ye tweet, I miss when we were friends.
Yo, you
God
bitch.
damn it.
You bitch, Kanye.
God damn it, bro.
Yo, did you hear him remix his song?
No.
The HH song?
Oh, yeah.
Into
I heard
Hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Yo,
This nigga just trying shit. Bro.
that guy's a clown, bro.
This nigga is
For
just
sure.
trying shit.
For sure.
Man, so sad about Kanye. But I did want to say, Pharrell produced a song and Birdman never paid him.
Yeah.
And that was how this shit basically started between Clips and Birdman and Pusha T and Wayne. Drake inherited the beef. Obviously, we know what happened after that.
I see. Yeah, I bet he has bars for him. I think this is gonna be an awesome album. I am gonna be a big advocate that we react to this entire album on stream and put out a video, because I do think this is gonna be a cultural moment, whether or not like the youth embrace it. Like the youth, yes, they drive culture, but that's not all culture is.
That's a fact.
Just because they're all watching the streamers and listening to Rage doesn't mean that's all we need to say is moving culture.
But I also think
Like we have our own culture as like late 20s.
Yeah, and I think we have a unique perspective to being like late 20s and being into this music, right? Like,
Yeah.
like who else is going to be? Well, I don't want to assume, but I will assume that there's not going to be a lot of people listening to this album on a stream, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we're able to mix those two worlds, and there's definitely a fan base for that. So
Yeah, I think I just get frustrated about this conversation because that was something I think you and me both experienced going to the major label system. How nobody wanted to talk about Griselda. Nobody wanted to talk about none of these people. You know what I mean? And like, that's fine. Like maybe it's not going to make you a ton of money, but that doesn't make it irrelevant. And that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it, shouldn't celebrate it, shouldn't listen to it. You know what I mean? Just if it's not moving like a ton of units.
I think you should listen to it. I think you should celebrate it. But I think that saying it's not culture is not wrong. Or it is wrong. Because it is culture. This is hip hop culture to its core. This is black culture. This is all the cultures that matter in this, you know?
for sure.
I don't know if it's shifting culture or pushing the conversation forward. That's more so what I'm saying when I say that. You know, I don't think this is going to change my perception of anyone involved. I think it's going to further cement greatness because I also don't think anyone that's involved in this has anything less to prove. Pusha T's legacy is cemented. Pharrell's legacy is cemented. Even Malice's resume is cemented. These niggas have done what they've done in this game, and now they're just blessing us with more music, which we should always love and appreciate because we love to see our legends continuing to have success, continuing to put out music. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, when Braun won his Laker chip, were you rooting for him?
I think that moved culture because he's in the GOAT debate. I don't think there's anyone, I don't think Pusha T with this album being the greatest album of his career is gonna that's not gonna change his position in the rap game.
You don't think?
No.
I think it could.
Where do you have Pusha all time? Last thing, get out of here real quick.
Pusha all time?
All time, real quick.
Probably top 40?
Ooh, okay. What do you think?
Yeah, top 40 for sure.
Top 40. I say Pusha T. Top 25.
Oh wow.
Top 25. Is Freddie Gibbs better than Pusha T?
Yes.
Oof. That's hard. That's a hard question.
It's really hard, but I have to go with my instinct.
I like Freddie Gibbs. I don't think I've listened to enough of his music to say that he's better. To be honest.
Go Pusha T?
I'm going Pusha T.
I'm gonna go Pusha T.
It's probably the right answer.
I'm gonna go Pusha T.
But I'll die on that Freddie Gibbs hill.
I just thought about grinding. Okay.